Antisemitism is like a test for society. Yeah. If society is stable and okay, the Jews are okay. But if the Jews are not, it means that in society there are fractures, there are tensions, there are problems that may spill over from the treatment of the Jews to the treatment of others.
Professor Porat, tell us a little bit about your background and where we are right now.
We are now in the campus of Tel Aviv University. I'm trained as a historian. I was born in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. We lived in a house under the roof. Someone painted in black the words Mate Judíos, which means, it's in Spanish of course, and it means kill Jews. When I was roughly at that age, immigrants, refugees, survivors from Europe came from Europe to Argentina, to Buenos Aires. And since my father was a leader of the community, my mother as well gave him a hand, it was always a very open house. People came, people slept, people ate. And the survivors told us about the Holocaust, about what they had undergone. They used to sing their songs, partisan songs, ghetto songs. Yeah. And so this also embedded itself into me.
So given your experiences in Argentina with survivors, your academic and historical background, what do you attribute the growing anti-Semitism to in Europe, in North America, and especially on college campuses, which have become almost a microcosm for this, where anti-Semitism is rampant? What do you attribute this new or renewed growth of this hatred to?
I think you're absolutely right about the campuses, because this is exactly where the future leadership is growing. There is rampant ignorance among youngsters regarding World War II, regarding the Holocaust, regarding the Middle East. Yeah. Some of those who are going, many of those, who are going out on demonstrations, I'm afraid they don't know where Gaza is on the map at all. Yeah. Who is who? How many people here? Who is she? Who is Sunni? Nothing, just nothing. And this ignorance is a basis for anti-Semitism that is not really analyzed or understood. It's just an opinion, a fashion, something that takes you to the streets, something you see in your cell phone. So that's a major reason. Another reason is the more there are conflicts, the more traditional anti-Semitism comes back.
So one thing that really stood out was what you said about education.
Yes.
So for me personally, I grew up in the UK. I was born in Britain. My family were from Pakistan and were Muslim, but even for them, they'd never met anybody Jewish. Mm-hmm. But I grew up with this very strong strain of anti-Semitism in my attitudes, in my community. Mm-hmm. So it makes me think, how important is it for our voice of truth to be there? And what are the dangers when that voice isn't there?
Well, I think first of all that you are absolutely right, that there are communities in which these false opinions are rooted, and children grow up with them and they don't know indeed who exactly are the Jews. I think it's really important in the framework that you set to bear in mind that this anti-Semitism starts with Jews, but it never ends with Jews. Anti-Semitism is like a test for society. Yeah. If society is stable and okay, the Jews are okay. But if the Jews are not, it means that in society there are fractures, there are tensions, there are problems that may spill over from the treatment of the Jews to the treatment of others. And in our report in 2018, we found and wrote it down that in France alone, close to 1,000 churches were violated. So when there is an atmosphere that provides and allows for violence and for hating a certain minority, there is background for hating another minority too.
Yeah.
Now, education, you mentioned the word education. Education takes a long time. And before you educate them, you have to educate the teachers.
No, definitely. And on that note, what is your hope for the future?
That perhaps all these efforts, we in the Cantor Center, we are a team of about 10-15 researchers, and we are publishing once a year a report on the situation of anti-Semitism worldwide. We are doing that since 1994 until today, although the situation of anti-Semitism is bad, increasing. There are many efforts done on the part of governments and authorities to do exactly what you are asking for, more educational programs. But still, the main problem as I see it is that their efforts come from above, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Justice, etc., and they don't yet meet the street, where you have the extreme left, extreme right, and radical Muslim, Islamists.
Yeah.
When we look at this world today, the world today, it is in crisis. When there is a crisis, you need someone to blame. It's not yourself, you're always okay.
Yeah.
You need someone to blame. The Jews have always been blamed, and it's an easy target, an easy scapegoat. But if societies come to better understanding of themselves and of what is happening, then perhaps there is some hope.
Thank you so much for your time. It's really been.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to cufi.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.